We're back,
We
baby.
are so
Woo.
back. Coffee Talk. Rachel Alexander with Salem Reporter. How are you today?
I'm doing good. It's sunny. It's
The
pretty
sun
out.
is shining.
How are you?
Halloween is coming up. I'm doing well. I got my energy drink. I'm still remembering what it felt like to be just deathly sick last week, and like to be back to normal is a blessing. So I'm very
Oh,
much
yeah.
enjoying that.
That's always a good feeling.
Yes. It's like the rain sometimes helps us appreciate the sunshine. Sometimes we don't really appreciate what we have until we do not have that thing. So, health is one of those.
Like, oh, my nose isn't running anymore. Crazy. Forgot about
Yes, yes. And Halloween coming up this weekend. Do you get dressed up? Are you a dresser upper?
Usually, I try. I've been lazy. I've been doing like a Snorlax onesie the last couple of years. But this year I'm going as the Mariners Etsy Witch. I'm originally from Seattle. This was an exciting fall for us. My
Yeah,
my reporters are so sick of hearing about the MLB.
yeah.
Sorry guys.
The year that almost was. My
We'll get there.
goodness. We will. We will.
I
You
got
have a
faith.
great trajectory right now. We had an 18 inning game. Did you watch it all?
No, I did not. I like loosely followed along, but yeah.
Yeah.
How about you? You got a
I stepped in like the ninth inning because I heard how close it was, and then made it to about the 15th inning, and then woke up in the morning and like, all right, who won? I'm definitely not a person that usually falls asleep on my couch, but it definitely happened. That happened that night.
Yeah, you're not. You're like the third person I've talked to who had that experience.
Yeah,
That game.
it just kept going. Yeah,
Oh yeah. I know. I thought our 15 inning playoff game was bad, but there you go.
yeah. So the Halloween this weekend, we also have the Day of the Dead, and this is the first year in Salem I've seen like actual celebrations happen. I remember a few years ago I had conversations with people, and they're like, "We don't really have any big like Day of the Dead celebrations," and maybe I'm misinformed, but I'm not aware of any like big ones that have happened outside of schools. I believe have done some.
Yeah, I mean, there's been one at McNary High School the last couple years, which
Okay.
isn't a school event. I want to say it's organized by Casa de Cultura Tlanese. I might be wrong about that.
Okay.
But they play a big role in it at least. But yeah, there's been like a lot of dance and stuff there. But but yeah, there haven't been like huge ones. There's usually like a thing at the cemetery too. Restlawn's doing that this year. But yeah, I do feel like we're seeing more this year. I don't know if that's a real thing or just like the word's getting out more to the broader community. But
Could be. But we have the event at Don Froilon, which
nope.
is earlier in the day, which will be, I think, more of a family focused event. This is their first time doing it. And then Adobe is doing a party as well, where they'll be giving out surprises for the best Karina, I believe is the proper name. I think there's some dancing involved as well, which will be a fun event for sure.
Nice. Yeah.
And
Um, there's the one at McKay. I want to say that starts at noon. Couple hours of dancing and hanging out and all that. And then there's also just like some ofrendas and community stuff going on, like at the library. And some local schools are doing that too, which is kind of cool. So like students and staff can bring in photos and like memories and stuff. So we'll have some coverage of that hopefully later this week. But yeah, it's and I know like some of the bakeries over on Lancaster have got their like pan de muerto all in stock. So a lot of stuff to check out.
ready to go. Weekend of
Boom.
sweets. Weekend of sweets. Candy on Friday, then you get your pan dulce on Saturday. Like, let's go.
Yes.
Let's freaking go. Speaking of food, though, we have
Uh, oh
a
man,
lot of people.
it's a
Go for it.
bummer transition.
It is. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that one graciously, but the
Mhm.
reality is a lot of people are trying to figure out what November is going to look like and how they're going to put food on their table, and especially when it's right around the holidays. And it's been an interesting the information around it's been interesting because you'll hear somebody announce like, nope, SNAP benefits aren't included as part of this government shutdown. The money is there for it, and then the federal government comes out and is like, no, like this is definitely included as part of it. And so now we're seeing the community, and I'm assuming this is happening in all communities like, around America, but I know in Salem, there has definitely been a very focused effort on how do we make sure we're supporting our food pantries to a higher degree because right now we have people waiting in line and just their food runs out before they get to them, which is just super
Yeah.
unfortunate. So they're being told like get here earlier, but eventually like everybody's gonna be showing up super early. There's still gonna not gonna be enough. So um, yeah, what are you hearing and what's your team reporting on around the SNAP benefits?
Yeah, so the like I'm seeing a lot of people who want to help and are like sharing resources, and the reality in Salem is like most food aid goes through the food pantry. And I talked to Rick Gappo, the director over there, last week, and he was pretty clear. He's like, we will do everything we can, but we can't make this up. Like SNAP provides 9 meals for every one that we do, and I was like, oh dang, that's pretty
Hmm.
stark. And I got the numbers from the state. It's about 46,000 families, households in Marion and Polk counties get SNAP. So it's a big, big chunk of folks. So yeah, I mean, people, I mean, you're on like Facebook groups and social media, and I'm sure you're seeing a lot of people are just like kind of freaking out or trying to figure out, especially perishable stuff, because that's the other thing is like pantries are great about having canned goods and like the things people like to donate, and that's all great, but like folks need, milk, proteins, meat, fruits
Yeah.
and veggies. And pantries do have some of that, but that's harder to get. So that's where I'm seeing a lot of concern. I think like there's kind of three things that I'm seeing for folks who want to help out. One is obviously like the food share and the local pantries they support. And I think a lot of people don't realize this, but the food share is like the overarching food bank, and then the money and food that they collect goes out to support 49 pantries in Marion and Polk County. So pretty much all pantries in the area are supported through that. So you can give directly to a pantry, donate to them, or to the food share. There's a lot of folks who are kind of standing up like little canned food drives and things like that. Cash is always super helpful because they can get better deals than you can.
Hmm.
Um, the other thing too is like a lot of schools are plugged in with kids and families who need help. A lot of families are going to turn to schools. I asked the school district about that because I was like, I'm sure, educators want to help kids. Also, like, I don't know that schools have the ability to just have random people showing up with cans. What they told me is like grocery gift cards, if you have the ability to donate to your neighborhood school. Especially in higher poverty neighborhoods, that can be really helpful because the school counselors, the outreach coordinators know like families that can really use those, and they're portable, helpful. And then the last thing I'm seeing is just a lot of people trying to like help their neighbors out more informally. So we're going to put out kind of a guide to that, but there's a couple like Facebook groups where people are coordinating, like local Buy Nothing groups, the Salem subreddit. So there's a lot of people who are just like, hey, I got this, I can do this, or like, hey, I really need this for my kids. And I think that's going to be a lot of it, honestly, like people just trying to take care of their neighbors.
Yeah, which is on one side is beautiful to see. On the other side, it's an unfortunate situation that is creating this dynamic. But um, I'm proud of Salem right now and how we are stepping up to think of our neighbors, and just so many people are just asking like, what can I do to help,
Right.
which is
And
encouraging.
businesses too. I mean, you've seen like on any Sunday has just kind of been like, hey, we're doing a free food table, and people have donated. Um, and we're definitely looking to kind of highlight things like that and let folks know how they can get involved and cover the policy side too.
I love it. The other big story this week was the J.C. Penney deal. It's not
Yeah.
happening. It looks like.
Yep, that was a bummer. Yeah, so for folks who haven't been following, the investors who did the Forge were also planning to buy JCPenney, and they had like this whole vision. You maybe know more about it than me, but like they wanted to have an entertainment thing. They were floating like, I don't know, I was trying to nudge them toward a roller skating rink maybe, but like a night market, some shops and things. But ultimately, like the cost of the guts work that needed to be done on that building was just too high, and they weren't able to get the sellers down on the purchase price. So I know that building's been kind of like a vacant eyesore downtown for a while, and like business folks, city folks have been really eager to see someone like local step up and do something with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was exciting thinking of that being the next building that was going to be locally owned by
yeah,
a team of people in Salem, because so far the trend has been like when a company locally, a person locally is owning it, there seems to be more of an incentive to like listen to the community, figure out how do we make this work. One as a business for sure, but also do things that work for the community that they get excited about and want to support. And yeah, they had some pretty cool ideas on ways to use that space. It sounds like the next option is just tearing the building down, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll see what
Yeah.
happens from here.
Yeah, because we've got like, the Nordstrom closed and then that got torn down to make apartments. Macy's closed and that's got local investors who are trying to rehab it, and I'm due to check in with them. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But the other thing too, like we've talked about this, but I talked to Nat Borchers, who was kind of leading the investment effort behind that, and this is not about like we don't like downtown or downtown. He's like, downtown is going in a good direction. Like we feel really good about what the city's doing and some of the efforts. So for all the downtown naysayers who were in our comments, I'm sure in yours too,
Yeah.
that was not what the investment group was talking about.
Yeah, it seemed like the common comment was like, who could be surprised? They probably got scared. It's like, no, they've been downtown for a
Yeah,
while. They fully understood what
yeah,
downtown looks like when they decided to make this purchase. They just got bids back from the construction team that was going to have to do repairs, and it was more than what they
yeah,
anticipated. And so now, and it sounded like they did go back and try to renegotiate the deal, but it just unfortunately didn't work out.
yeah, exactly. So
Awesome. Well, Rachel, we appreciate you joining us this Wednesday for our coffee
absolutely.
talk. We need to get like a new image. I know you sent me a message about it, and definitely something on the to do list where we can get our
Oh yeah,
official coffee talk image. I'll need to put something on what's happening in Salem and see if we can get like a local graphic designer involved and making something fun happen.
there you go.
Um,
Yeah,
support the community. Support the community. Gosh darn it.
there
Gosh
you go.
darn it.
That should be our tagline.
Coffee talk. Support the community. Gosh darn it. 10 minutes or
Yep.
less every Thursday.
All
All right.
right.
Well,
See
enjoy
you next
your
time.
weekend.
You too. Take care.